Oh, that sounds like a great intro. I mean, studies French, which is a part of me because I am. Guys, is English. An intro like Franglish. Interesting. I hope you're doing well. Welcome or welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Fiona. I can just advise you to subscribe if you don't want to miss anything that I upload. Today I'm back in a new video which is about travel. As I said, I really love travel and I want to talk about it in my channel. I'm going to talk about Porto in Portugal. Let's get started. I have my little notebook right now here because I don't want to miss anything that I want to talk to you, because I can't really remember all the stuff I want to talk to you about. So first is my experience. So I went twice in Porto. First it was 2 years ago with my class, my school. It was a school trip of 1 week, but we went in different places in Portugal, but Porto was one of them. And the last one was with my family, so we went for a 6-day trip. Only in Porto, it was last October. We went by plane from Nantes, which is near the place we live. So we took EasyJet company airline, which is one of my favorite. You're going to understand why soon. The flight was 1 hour 40 minutes duration, so that's kind of okay. And I remember it was like 73 euros return, which is a really good price. So now let's talk about the place we stayed. So we decided to use Airbnb, as we use this really often because we think that's cheaper than an hotel. It depends sometimes, but you have like the kitchen, you just have to buy your food and you can cook whatever you want, and this is like cheaper. So we took an Airbnb. It was an apartment, really cool, like 3 or 4, my parents and my sister. We had 2 bedrooms, one for me and my sister, one for my parents. Also have 2 bathrooms, one for me and my sister and one for my parents, which was really easy to use. Also the living room was really good, really light, and the kitchen was really nice too. So the host lady was so cute. She was living just the apartment under the apartment we stayed, and she was doing cooking classes and we took one. She also sent us a lot of advice of restaurant, place to stay or to go. So she was really cute, and that's why we love Airbnb, because we met a lot of different people. Sometimes you don't meet the person who are doing that, but sometimes you do. And also the prices, I don't have to forget that, was around, I don't really remember, it was around 35 or 45 euros a night for 4 people, which is kind of good, I guess. Don Luis Bridge, which is typical thing to do in Porto. It joined the north and the south of the city, and you can walk up there. We went there at sunset and the sunrise, and it was amazing view. You have like the view of the 2 parts of the city, and then you can see the Douro River, and it's so beautiful. Also, we went to Lelo Library. We didn't get in because there was a queue, but it's really typical things to do in Porto. There is like a lot of books, of course. You can have a drink. So we didn't get through the queue because it was so long. So many people wanted to be there, so we just watched by the window, you know. But if you have time to wait, you should do it. Then São Bento train station is the place to go, because this is like Porto, one of the main things to do. It's like a really huge train station, not huge, okay, this is not the right word, but really big one. And at the entrance you can see all around. At the entrance you see on the wall there is a lot of azulejos, as they said. I'm trying to get the accent, but it's not easy. So a lot of azulejos. This station is still working, so this is so interesting. Also the board with the departure and arrival, this is really interesting, and you can make good picture in this place, so I recommend it to you. So Palacio da Bolsa is an amazing place to visit. I went just once because with my parents we didn't get in, and with my class we did. This is like really typical architecture in there, and you have different rooms interesting to see. I remember like the big stair with the carpet, we took a class picture in there. I remember also an amazing room, which is sometimes people take it for weddings, and it's just beautiful. You should do it if you have time to visit. Tower of Clare is an architectural symbol of the city, and you can see it from different places because it's really high. If you go at the top of it, you can see a view of the city, and this is really nice. I think you have to pay for it, but it's not that much. Palacio de Cristal Garden is so nice to see. I think that's the first thing I do with my class. I did too with my parents as the first thing. So this is like kind of altitude, so you can see a really amazing view of the city. You have a big view on the Douro River. We went for sunset, I guess, and that was so nice. And you have like lots of fontaine, trees, which is amazing, and we took some pictures with my sister, so there is a lot of spot to take pictures if you want to, and it's also free, so that's really cool. The Serra Alves Foundation is one of the most popular museums in the world, I guess. We went with my family, but it was overbooked, like no space to go. It was my class 2 years before, so that was okay for me to don't do it, but I can recommend it to you because if you like art or exposition, I've seen so much thing in it. I remember that it was a modern exposition, which was really interesting, so this is really good to see, and I can recommend it you. Okay, no, I don't have the prices, sorry. Porto funicular or tram is the thing that you need to do, because people generally think about Porto, we all think about funicular going through like everywhere in the city. So there is one which is the one most of tourists use to go like around Porto, and it's €5 ticket, which is a price. It's worth it because you're like in a really old funicular and you have like a really nice view of the city. Now, you probably know Porto is like Porto wine, so I definitely recommend you to go on cellar wine. I guess it's the south part, so at this part you have all the cellar wine, and I went during my first trip there in Calem, which is a really nice one, and the guide is just explaining to you the history of the Porto wine, the history of the Calem cellar. They explain to you how it works, how they do it, and different types of Porto wine, and they show you that, you know, I didn't do the research about this word, I'm sorry, but I'm going to try and to explain. You know that the big wood boxes, like in this form, which the wine stay years and years and years, so interesting. And then at the end of the visit you have like a taste, which is so good, because we were trying different type of Porto wine and it was so interesting. So the price is around 14-20 euros, but it's worth it because you're going to learn a lot of things about the wine, and then yeah, I really enjoyed it. Let's go to my favorite part of every trip I do, food part. So I don't remember all the restaurants I went, but I write it down some of them to let you know. So we first decided to went for a brunch, and it's called Zenith Bar Brunch and Cocktail, and it's so good, so flipping good. We had like a table outside because it was sunny, so that was really nice. So it's a famous one. You might have to wait a little bit, but it's worth it. I remember that I went for pancake, avocado toast, eggs. This is just, that was heaven for my tummy and my mouth, definitely. That was heaven. Agrade, which is a seafood restaurant. It's really little. At first you can just think, what the hell is that? This is so small. You know that the impression like, what are they going to cook in here? I don't feel it that really good. But it was amazing. I'm not joking. This was so good. So it's seafood, and I remember I went for a pasta with a lot of seafood in it, and yeah, really nice. You should try it if you like seafood. Tabua Rasa was the last restaurant we went for. It was for my parents' birthday. It's just so good. It's like you have plancha with a lot of different products. You have cheese, ham, sausages, a lot of things, and this is really typical. Like every product came from Porto or Portugal at least, and that was so nice. This restaurant is expensive. I mean, this is an expensive one, but because all of the products were fresh and come from the city around, also the people who worked there was really nice to us because they explained the history of all products, where they came from, how they do it. The man was talking French, that was so nice. He also talked about Porto and Portugal history. So this is like expensive, but you have a really nice service, so I definitely recommend you to go there if you like it. Let's talk about a really typical thing which called La Francesina. You know that Francesina is like, oh, there is a bit of French. They call it like kind of a French sandwich or something, and it's definitely not French thing. We don't do that at all. So you have like bread, and then in the middle you have different meats. Like you have ham, sausages, other type of ham, like too much, and then you have the bread again, then you have cheese, and then you have a kind of wine sauce, and then fries. This is definitely fat. If you can eat all of it, then congratulations, I did it. But this is a thing that you have to try. There is Francesina everywhere, so try it. This is really fun. Also, I need to give you an advice about hot chocolate. Let me explain. This thing happened to me twice. During my first trip with my friend, and then I already knew it, but with my parents that happened again. When you order hot chocolate, you just ask like everywhere, in Costa or in Starbucks, everywhere. You ask hot chocolate, you get a drink with like chocolate, milk, which is hot, and like you can drink it. But in Portugal, if you ask for hot chocolate, you're gonna be disappointing. We just received it with my friend, and we were like, girl, what is that? This is not a real hot chocolate. But you can try to ask hot chocolate with milk to make them understand you want a real drink. When you ask for only chocolate, you get something really strange. So this is definitely chocolate melted, nothing more. So this is not drinking, because this is like, you know, big, like drinking chocolate melted. So this is definitely not good. So make sure to keep an eye on it if you want to hold your hot chocolate. Hey, Nino, qu'est-ce que tu fais là? No, psst. Let me talk about the real typical one, which is pastéis de nata or pastel de nata. There is two ways to say it. So this is definitely the Portuguese pastry, like a little pie or tart, and inside you have a cream, which is really good. So we took a cooking class with our lovely host from Airbnb. We did it from the pastry to the cream, like really handmade. That was so nice. So now my global experience. So I can tell you that Porto have amazing view, amazing sunset. Really, you should go. It's so romantic. You also walk a lot, but there is a lot of things to discover, so this is worth it. Also, the costs are so reasonable. This is not too expensive, this is not really cheap, but it's okay. People speak English, so it's really easy to understand each other. We also had the chance that people also speak French in Portugal, so that was helpful for mostly my parents because I don't speak any English. Of course, there is a beautiful architecture and culture that you definitely need to see. This is a country that I will recommend you because people are really welcoming. They're really nice to you as tourism because there is a lot of tourists in the year, but they are so nice. Period that you can go. I don't know what is about summer. I think that's really busy because I went once. It was around March or April 2 years ago, and it was kind of busy. And I went in October and it was also busy, but it was okay. So that was the video about Porto. I hope you like it. If you do, give it a thumbs up. Also make sure you subscribe to the channel to don't miss anything when I upload. I will see you very soon for another video. Bye!